So here we have a heat pump.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an air source heat pump.
Yes.
That's my limited understanding of heat pumps. So can you tell us a bit about it, and also why you went for this as sort of the heating option for the house?
The air source heat pump is fully electric, so no fossil fuels involved. Well, the national grid obviously burns fossil fuels to make the electric, but that is being phased down by the government. So eventually, this will be sort of low carbon, fossil fuel free heating. So obviously took the gas boiler out, we put this in, and it works really well on homes like this where you've done all the insulation. You know, a gas boiler is only sort of 90% efficient. You sort of, 1 unit of sort of energy in gets you 1 unit of heat out, whereas this will be more like 400% efficient generally across the year. So 1 unit of energy in will get you 4 units of heat out. That's kind of how they work. So yeah, it takes air in from the outside. There's heat in the air, even though we might think it's cold. There's refrigerants within this that boil at much lower temperatures than water, so for them it is still really hot. That then produces a gas that gets compressed, and that produces the heat that then heats the system for the heating and hot water. So yeah, really efficient way of heating homes, and obviously fossil fuel free, which is the main goal really here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other thing is to note with some of these, because this is the first time I've seen one in person, and it's quite big.
Yeah.
So, but I think the thing is as well that some houses, especially on the new builds, they're being sort of mounted up on the roof or whatever else as well, aren't they? So
yeah,
you're getting a bit of flexibility with sort of like where they go as well. So we're here in the back garden, we should say as well. So yeah, that's very interesting. So did you look at any other sort of heating system alternatives, or not really? You just thought this would probably be the best one to try?
Not for this home, yeah, we really wanted to try heat pumps. Obviously that's what the government's sort of pushing at the minute with the boiler upgrade scheme. It's all about air source heat pumps, so we were kind of just aligning with that really. We are thinking about other stuff. Obviously these aren't going to work on all homes. Not all homes are going to have a nice garden with this amount of space. So yeah, there's alternatives that we're looking at for other properties, for new builds and things. You know, not all homes need the amount of energy that this home needs, so you might not always need a big heat pump. But yeah, so we're looking at others, but for this home it was always going to be air source.
So as part of the air source heat pump system, you need space and somewhere to stick the hot water and to store it. So that's what we have here, the water storage tank.
Yes, the hot water tank. So yeah, because an air source heat pump sort of operates at much lower flow temperatures than a typical gas boiler, which can heat water instantly. A heat pump can't do that, so you need somewhere to store the hot water, and that's what we got here. So you've got the hot water tank. So the water is heated through the heat pump outside, and then will come into here. The hot water tank can obviously be used for your baths, your showers, and that kind of thing, but also this is all running through the radiators and the heating system as well. So it's just something to bear in mind. You will need space for this kind of kit as well as the outside heat pump.
I have to say it's not as big of a sort of water tank as I initially thought you'd end up with, because you see some, I mean, again, it's only a sort of 3-bedroom house, isn't it? So it's not enormous, but it's still not as big of a tank as I kind of expected there to be. So whilst it obviously has, quite a decent take of space compared to a normal system, it's not actually that bad. And the other thing we should note, that when we were downstairs filming the air source heat pump, it was actually on while we were stood there. And one of the criticisms I've heard a lot about air source heat pumps is that they're very loud, but actually, as you can probably tell having listened or watched, that actually it's incredibly quiet. So this is one of the newer ones which has sort of dealt with that problem now. So this is the thing with it as well, we're trialling all these technologies in this project, but actually also you get this, the technologies are all moving on all the time, getting more efficient and better in all these aspects. So it's quite a useful way for people that maybe have had issues with them before to see that actually, it is changing.